back to Cowabunga Corner. In this episode, I am talking about the very first Ninja Turtle magazine. This came out back in summer of 1990, and it had some wonderful features in it. With an introduction from Leonardo on the first page, saying, hey, welcome to our first magazine. We find a letter page, which I find kind of funny, because in the letter page, it's like, yeah, my friend told me about this turtle magazine. The big question is, how did they know about the magazine? It's the first issue. How do you get letters in the first issue? I didn't understand it. Each of the letters were made out to certain turtles, like Raph had one about being the strongest. And you go through there. There's no fan art page yet, but we do get those in the later issues. And we go into stories, like there's the one about the haircut, and it's showing awesome design haircuts, and there is a Batman and a Ghostbusters 2 haircut, and it's the symbols right on the back of the head. It was pretty fun to see that. On the next page from the haircut, we have a game. And there's several games, and this is a pizza game. It's a puzzle type thing, so you got to figure some stuff out with some pizzas. And then when you flip the page over from that, you have an ad for the Jetson movie. So that was coming out around this time. And they have one where it's the poster in full color, and then the other page is where you can color in the Jetson movie poster. So it was a little coloring thing for kids to enjoy. In this issue of the magazine, the comic strip is called Seafood Surprise. And basically the storyline is Shredder is trying to get people out of the way that has been causing him trouble. And inside this issue, he uses mutagen into the water system to turn people into mutants that he don't like. And there's a certain reporter that he attacks who's out having lobster. And the guy turns into a lobster. The turtles and Ray Fillet bring him down, and Ray brings him off to the ocean at the end, saying, hey, peace. Here, I'll show you where some other lobsters are. So it's a very short, cute little comic strip. The plot is done by Ryan Brown. The script is done by Dean Claren. Pencil work is Jim Lawson, ink Dan Berger, and the color is done by Steve Levine. Letters by Kelly Kelleher. And if you look through this list of names, you'll realize that a lot of them are the Mirage artists. And that just continues on through each of the issues. It's great to see Mirage had such a big hand in the artwork that was done for these issues. So then we have the pull-out poster. Now, in most issues, you can get all excited and go, yay! Pull-out poster, Michael Dooney's artwork, Ninja Turtles, something to hang on the wall. But since this is the first issue, they did not do that yet. So our pull-out poster is a Cheetos advertisement. Sadly, that's what we got in here. I like Cheetos. Trust me, I eat them all the time, but it doesn't belong in the pull-out poster section of a magazine. Next, we go into Ninjas in Training, which is about a boy who is inside karate class and going through his experience and what it is like to actually be in karate class, where he talks that karate is not just about attacking. In fact, it's never about starting the first fight, but he's learning defense, and how he's also learning to listen to commands. The sensei says something and he's got to do it. So we go through and find out some more about his martial arts standpoints. On page 18, it's the storyline of the Ninja Turtle movie. It just came out at the time. It's in theaters. We're all excited. This is summer 1990. We've already seen the movie, so they get to share stuff about the movie, including a wonderful picture of the 4 turtles with Jim Henson. I love this. This was my favorite picture inside the full magazine because it was just something spectacular about it. Jim Henson was this wonderful guy who made these costumes. And they go through, frame by frame, showing us the Turtle movie. We go through and get to see all these different pictures going along the plot. It is such a take back, and it's a lot of fun to actually see this. And anyone who did not see the movie yet, by not being able to go to the theaters or something, got a nice sneak preview before the VHS came out. I know that was one of the things I enjoyed inside this magazine. But I enjoyed this. It really brought back a lot of memories. Each picture has a little tiny short write-up about the picture, and it would just go on to the next picture with the next little write-up. It was very well pasted together, and I think it's something that any Turtle fan can enjoy. Next, we had something they did with a lot of the magazines. It's called Cruise with the Turtles. And inside this section of the magazine, you have the Ninja Turtles artwork drawn and shoved in there. The art in there was done by Jerry Zimmerman. He also did the pizza puzzle near the beginning of the magazine. And Jerry did a lot of the artwork throughout the magazines. In this, they would take photos and draw the turtles into the photos. So they had this time a skateboard park, and the turtles were skateboarding along with the kids. So you get to see the turtles, and they goof off. They have the turtles falling down, and the turtles doing this and that. It's just basically a fun little area to introduce different types of sports to kids that they could try out and show that the turtles enjoy these sports as well. And that is what Cruise with the Turtles is always about. The next area of the magazine is something I personally enjoy, and that is an interview with one of the actors from the Turtle movies. It's a short interview, but it's got some pictures, and it's an actor you don't see too many interviews on. I'm talking about Elias Cotis. Anyone who does not know who that is Casey Jones from Turtles 1 and Turtles 3. Of course, at this time, he only had one movie that he worked on for Turtles, and that was the first one. And it was such a great chance to actually see him inside a magazine being interviewed, because I searched for interviews for the actors. I found more interviews with the people inside the costumes of Turtles 2 than I have with Elias Cotis. And so I am very, very happy that there is this one issue out there that has a very cool interview. It talks about a bunch of different things as he goes through about what he did with the movie. Though I have a favorite line, and that line comes at the end of the interview. It's a line that made me really, really respect him and feel that he was into this as much as any Turtle fan was. To me, that's one of the most important things. If you're going to be into acting, I hope that you're having a lot of fun with it. I hope that you're out there doing what you enjoy, and it's not about the money. And with this one line in this interview, it really made me feel that it was not about the money for him. And that meant a lot to me. That line is, hope you had as much fun watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle film as I did making it. I think that's a very powerful line. I think that line says a lot about his character. And if there's anyone that I have not met who worked on that film yet, he's on the top of the list that I would like to meet, him and Leif Tilden. I really think that he's a great actor, and I am very happy that they were able to bring him in for the TMNT movie. This brings us to the last page of the magazine, and that page is their reptile page, where they talk about the big dangerous reptiles and stuff that are out there around the world. Okay, not all of them are dangerous. Some issues talk about sea turtles and stuff. But inside this issue, they talk about the Komodo dragon. They have a little map that shows where the Komodo dragons are most likely located. And they also have a couple different pictures of what a Komodo dragon looks like. The cover work is amazing, as you can see right here. This is done by Michael Dooney. And he did all the covers for the Turtle magazine, besides for the 3D cover of the TMNT 3 magazine. But other than that, the artwork has always been done by Michael. He is fantastic. He has done a lot of artwork that I've always enjoyed. And he did most of the pull-out posters for the TMNT magazine. So if you got any of the old pull-out posters, that's Michael's work. And they're just a lot of fun to have hanging around. Now, these magazines are hard to find. They are very rare, since we're talking the early heyday of the Turtles. Most of the people who got them were children who destroyed them. In fact, my original issues are all torn up, and the posters are kind of all ripped and hanging on my walls with staples. They were not treated that nice, because I was just a kid too, and my way of viewing this stuff was, love it. I got it. I gotta appreciate it. And this is the best thing ever. I love this magazine. So I get my hands on the magazine. I just went through them. The ones I have inside the plastic are actually from a friend of mine who was getting rid of his turtle collection, and he gave me a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of Ninja Turtle toys and comics, and including the full set of the magazine still in their plastic wrap. Now, I've taken them out and got them autographed. So this one has a couple autographs on the cover. You'll see Eric Talbot and Jim Lawson and Michael Dooney and Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird have all signed this. And that's how most of my magazines are. I've opened them up and let them get autographed, and then they mainly stay inside their package if I want to read them. I usually grab out my old, worn up, wrinkled up magazines and flip through those for the articles, for the memories of what they were. You can sometimes find these on eBay. And I do recommend, if you ever do find them for sale, pick them up. They're great. They're full of wonderful articles, especially this one. This is the hardest one to find since it is #1. But the article with Elias Cotis is enough reason to find and get this magazine. I hope everyone is enjoying Cowabunga Corner. We've been having a great season so far. We're keeping this going. Please give us your feedback, video replies, comments. I always read and reply to comments that need replies. I approve any video reply as long as it consists to the type of story that is inside the blog itself. So if you got a review that you did on the magazines, feel free to have that as a reply here. Also, rate us. Let us know if you like these videos so we know which ones we should keep doing for future reference. Next week on Cowabunga Corner, I will talk about how I got on the set of the Next Mutation, which you guys all saw in episode 15. So here, we're going to finally reveal the secrets of getting to the set. See you next time.